They say pastors are closest to God. But what happens when the men you trust to lead you to the light is secretly walking with darkness? Sometimes, the most dangerous wolves are the ones wearing the brightest robes. Cynthia had lost both her parents before she finished secondary school. Her father remarried years ago, and after his death, Mama Tinu became her only guardian. But instead of caring for her, she treated her like a servant. Cynthia washed, cooked, cleaned, and did all the house chores. After finishing school, she couldn't get a job because Mama Tinu refused to support her. One evening, Mama Tinu accused Cynthia of stealing 10,000 naira she did not touch. She beat her badly, threw her clothes outside and said, "Leave my house. Go and die like your mother." Cynthia slept outside the gate that night, crying. By morning, she had made up her mind not to return again. She went to the roadside, sat beside a kiosk, and began to sleep there every night. A woman selling roasted corn, Auntie Remy, took pity on her and allowed her to keep her bag in her shop. After a few days, Cynthia started helping market women carry loads in exchange for small money. With time, she saved enough to start selling oranges and bananas by the roadside. And even though life was hard, she finally felt free. That was where she met the first man, Dr. Khalid. He bought fruits from her almost every week and always encouraged her. "You're a strong woman, Cynthia. Don't give up." He admired her beauty but respected her space. Then, one Sunday afternoon, while she was arranging her fruits, a convoy of big cars stopped nearby. People were shouting, "Pastor Frederick! Daddy G.O. We love you!" Cynthia had never seen a pastor so young and handsome. He walked up to her, bought oranges with a smile and said, "God bless you, my dear. Come to church someday. I'll be glad to see you." That day, both men unknowingly began a silent competition. As the weeks passed, both men's interest grew stronger. Dr. Khalid was gentle and steady. He would stay with Cynthia, help her peel oranges, ask about her welfare, and even bought her an umbrella when the sun became too hot. One day he said softly, "Cynthia, I know life has been unfair to you. But I want to help rebuild it, if you will let me." She didn't answer, but his words stayed in her heart. Then came Pastor Frederick. He sent one of his church members to bring Cynthia to church. The church was massive, air conditions everywhere, big screens, thousands of people. Cynthia felt like she had stepped into another world. Pastor Frederick invited her to sit in front, introduced her as a special daughter of grace. After service, he took her to a restaurant. He bought her food she had never eaten before. Within 2 weeks, he asked her, "Cynthia, will you marry me?" Her heart was confused. Dr. Khalid was sincere and kind. But Pastor Frederick had everything she had ever dreamed of. Money, security, comfort. A place where no one would look down on her again. She told Khalid about the proposal. His eyes became wet but he smiled sadly. "If he will make you happy, then choose him." Those words broke her heart, but she chose the pastor. Within a month, Cynthia became Mrs. Frederick, the wife of a famous pastor, living in Lekki, Lagos. Her life changed overnight. But she had no idea she had stepped into darkness. At first, marriage felt like heaven. Cynthia had her own room, designer clothes, expensive perfumes. But very soon, she began to notice strange things. At night, Pastor Frederick often left the bedroom and went downstairs. Sometimes she heard whispers. Sometimes she heard chanting. One night, she followed him quietly. She saw him entering a locked room behind the library. But when she tried to open it later, it was sealed like cement. Church members also began to disappear. Young girls. Choir members. Even a boy from the ushering unit. Everyone suspected kidnapping, but Pastor Frederick always said, "Pray. The devil is fighting us." Cynthia believed him, at first. Months later, she got pregnant. She was so happy. But in her 5th month, she woke up one morning and felt no movement. The baby was gone. Doctors could not explain it. Pastor Frederick acted strangely calm. Later, Cynthia heard rumors among the cleaners that Madam's pregnancy didn't reach altar room, you know how Oga does his things. She didn't understand until she became pregnant again. And again, she lost the baby. This time, she confronted her husband. Frederick, what are you doing? Why do my babies keep dying? His eyes turned cold. Some things are beyond your understanding. Stay in your place. That night, she heard him in the secret room again. And this time, she put her ear to the door. She heard him chanting, "Blood for wealth. Blood for power." She froze. Her heart stopped. Her husband, her pastor, was a ritualist. Cynthia started investigating quietly. She pretended she didn't know anything. But she followed the movements of the cleaners. She monitored the odd deliveries at night. She watched her husband more closely. One evening, Elder Patrick rushed into the house shouting, "Pastor! They caught the kidnappers. One of them confessed that our missing members were sold for rituals." Cynthia's heart beat fast. Whoever they caught was working for her husband. That night, Frederick stormed into the bedroom sweating, panicking. "Pack your things. We are traveling out of the country tonight." Cynthia refused. He dragged her, shouting, "I made you. You are mine. You will not destroy me." Suddenly, police sirens filled the estate. Frederick jumped through the back door and ran into the bush behind the house. But as he ran, he screamed strange words and fell. When the police found him, he was crawling on the ground, laughing and crying like a madman. His charms had failed him. He had run mad. Cynthia cried, not for him, but for everything she had suffered. She walked out of the mansion with nothing. And for the first time in a long time, she felt air fill her chest freely. She returned to the same roadside where she once sold oranges. The same place where she once slept with her bag as a pillow. But this time, she didn't come as a helpless girl. She came as a woman who had survived fire and refused to burn. Cynthia borrowed a small table from Auntie Remy and began selling fruits again. Slowly. Quietly. With dignity. And even though the journey ahead was uncertain, she was determined to rebuild her life. Not with a man, not with wealth, but with her own strength. In the end, she learned. Not all glitter is gold. And sometimes, the safest path is the one you walk alone.